Right, this is working, Paul. Right, as you can see, this is actually on the sun, so it makes no difference. Exactly the same for Mars. You'll select Mars from here, like that. Alright, but as I'm on the sun, I'll select the sun. You're limiting it to 1,000 frames. You can change this, just click on that and you can have whatever frames you like. But I'll settle for 1,000 frames. Right, you can change the SIR to AVI, but I run on SIR because it's better. Let's just drop this. This is your exposure range. Right, that is for the sun, which obviously is really dark. Go on to max. And you can see the sun in the middle of there, very faintly, but it is there. To select the region of interest, click on the ROI button, and you can either type directly in what you want. If you click on this one, you'll have all the default settings. If you click on 600 by 600 for Mars, you'll be right, but seeing this is the sun, I want 1,000 by 1,000. If you're using the ZWO, you can hit the debayer, but obviously this is a mono camera, so it won't, but whenever you record, turn the debayer off so you record in mono. Alright? Just centre that. You've got the reticle, so you can align it. When you're happy, just hit go. And it'll record your frames. You see, I'm running 38 frames per second roughly, because the scene's rubbish and I've got everything cranked right up. But that's basically all there is to it. Alright, so now when that's recorded, obviously to set your record folder in mine, as you can see, I've got this in pictures. I've got a point grey, which is the camera. You'll have a ZWO folder and it automatically records. Alright, you can set that up from this box here, you see, and then you just select what you want. If I go into pictures, you'll see all the different cameras. I'm using the point grey camera, so you hit that and you just hit save. What else is there? There's not a lot else you need to know. The zoom function up here, all it does is change the size of the image on your screen. It does nothing to the capture. What you need to do is this box here, which says fit preview to window, and you'll get maximum size. Alright, so you've recorded it. Just shut that off, drop that down, go straight into Registack. I don't use PIP, I don't need it. Right, we're going to select. Again, we need to come pictures, the point grey folder, the sun, which is today's. Okay, and because I'm using SIR, it's there. These are ones I took earlier. That's a better one, so we'll open that up. Let me get rid of these. Right, you're going to pick a target. You can change the size of your line box size here. You see that little box? You need a box just big enough to cover Mars in your things, but as on the sun, we'll use that point there. Then we hit a line. You can see the bottom corner down here. It's running through the 1,000 frames. And it shouldn't take that long. You can see. Right, now it's line. It'll change this, and it says limit at the top here, So if you look at the stack size here, this is how many frames it likes, alright? Because you're using, in its quality settings, lowest quality is 80% of the best frame. If you take this up like 90%, you'll see the stack size that it's actually going to stack has now dropped to 462. Hit limit, go V5 style, absolute and difference, alright? And all you hit, optimise and stack. Obviously it's a pretty poor quality image because there's a lot of cloud out here today. Alright. I'll run through its couple, so it's made 84% improvement. And that will run through until that is at 1%. There we go. Now it's going to stack them. Again, if you look in the bottom corner, it'll tell you what it's doing. Right, 60%. %, and it puts you onto this page here, which is your wavelet settings. Alright, now we, or I, just stacked on that point there. If you put on view zoomed, it will show that point there. Alright, I just usually use the bottom 3. If you pull this up, if you watch, it will suddenly change to that. That's a bit sort of hefty. Alright. And then you can move the second one up and the third one up a little bit, and there you can see what you got here. And if you hit do all, it'll do the whole image to the same settings. Alright? Alright. When you're using the ZWO, you can hit the RGB align button and then hit estimate, but because this is black and white, it's not going to do anything. But it will realign your colour sections, okay? Again, do all. Right, you can run the histogram, which shows you basically what you've got going. This is the dark end, this is the light end. Right. I normally put the smoothing value up to about 8. And if you grab this slider on the right hand side here, and just bring it down a couple of lines and then hit stretch, it will lighten it up. Again, do all. Right, we'll have a little bit more, so we'll pull it down another couple of lines and hit stretch again, then do all, and that's it. From there, go to final, which you'll get there. Just save the image. Alright, it will save it wherever you want. Again, you can select where you want to save it. We'll call it solar. And I save it as a TIFF because I run through Photoshop. Save it. Okay. I go back there and it's there. Okay. Alright, we'll shut that down. We'll open that with Photoshop. Right, there it is. The first thing you want to do if you're using Photoshop or any others is just crop the edge off, only slightly. And that will get rid of any artifacts from stacking where it wasn't quite aligned. Alright, the next thing I do, obviously I'll play with this, but I'm just demonstrating this. But before you finish, especially on something like Mars, go for image, image size, shows the percentage, and crank that to 250%. And you hit OK, and now you'll get an image 2.5 size bigger than what you started with. And you can go back and crop it to whatever you want, but you end up basically with that. I hope that helps.